Hello. Hello. With my mop head looking here. Mop head, mop head, mop head, my head, my head, my head, my head, my head. How you doing? Get ready to head to work. What's up, killer? How you doing, killer? Ooh, sunflower. All right, guys, make sure y'all lock the door behind me. I try to. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good. That's good to hear. And you talking about you wanted to quit. Girl, ain't no quitting over here. You gonna do quitting over here. Okay? Okay. Okay. I don't got no long talking going on. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But then gotta go right back in tonight. No, you didn't have to leave. You did not have to leave. Let me tell you something. This can be my talk for the day. Let me tell you something. Just because certain things happen on YouTube, that doesn't mean that you have to quit. Whatever happens on YouTube is a lesson. Anything that happens on YouTube is a lesson learned. That's it. You don't have to quit. Do you know how many times that I made a mistake on YouTube? Right? Do you know how many times I made mistakes on YouTube? And it has been times that I wanted to quit YouTube. I'm going to put it out there. I don't care if anybody hear this. It's been plenty of times I wanted to quit YouTube. But the number one thing that you need to realize is that just because you make a mistake, it doesn't mean that you need to quit. You just have to learn from that mistake. And once you learn from that mistake, then that means you made some type of growth. And all of us on here made some type of mistake. Made any type of mistake. But that does not mean that you need to quit. Because basically what you're saying to everybody in a way that when you quit, they win. So, you a YouTuber, right? You're a YouTuber. So if you're a YouTuber, YouTube, do your thing. It's all about you. It's all about making yourself grow. It's all about you making your own community. It's all about you doing what you need to do. That's the whole point of YouTube, because you doing you. You growing your page. You building your community. You doing what you have to do. That's it. What's up, Maine? What's up, Tina? What's up, Sunflower? What's up? Hold on. It's a flower. And it's on the top of my head, and I can't get it out my head. You know what I'm saying? So, but how you doing today? Welcome to my channel. And what the topic is all about is just me about to head to work. That's all it is. There's no talk for today. There's no talk for today. Just getting ready to head to work. But to answer your question, Tina, yes, I got plenty of sleep, but then I have to go back doing my thing, working. Hello, man. How you doing, my man? But yeah, that's what it's all about. It's all about YouTube. You just doing you. And when you quit, that means you didn't make no type of growth. There's no quitting over here. On my channel, it's quitting. Quitting is not an option. Quitting is not an option. You shouldn't even put it in your vocabulary. If you put it in your vocabulary, that means at some point it's going to come up again. But sometimes we get to a point that we want to quit, we want to give up, we don't want to do this, we don't want to do that. But at the end of the day, it's up to you if you want to do that. What's up, Ox? How you doing, Ox? Hello. So as far as I'm concerned, and I'm not showing off just to show off, I'm showing positive vibes right now to let it be known that all of us up in here in this chat has at some point wanted to quit something. We wanted to quit our job. We wanted to quit paying bills. We wanted to quit doing this. We wanted to do that. Anything that you can think of that we wanted to quit, have we? Or we have thought about doing it, but then we said, if I quit, my bills are not going to get paid. If I quit, I won't get no money. Hello, how you doing? Sophie? How you doing, Sophie? Welcome to my channel. But we can't pay our bills. We can't go on trips. We can't do all the things that we want to do. We can, and on top of that, we love to have a good time. You know, when you have a heavy day from working, you want to drink some liquor, and all that other stuff. We can't basically buy those type of things if we quit something, because when we do that, we won't be able to enjoy life. But even though money's not all about life, but it is all about you surviving. But the number one thing that you need to have to guide you and support you is God. He's the only person that can guide you through the way. And I mean guide you through the way. Now, even though some people might sit there and say, he ain't going to take me all the way there. You know what I'm saying? But like I said before, in all of my lives, and I don't say this just to say this and just to put it out there, not to be funny. This, what I'm about to say, originally came from me. Not from anybody else, but from me. Hello, Chris. How you doing? YTFP, Chris? How you doing? Welcome to my channel. You have to connect the dots. But once you start connecting the dots, you have to let him take charge of succeeding. Hey, Vanessa, to succeed what you want to succeed. You got to. Because if you don't, how you gonna succeed where you want to succeed? I'm doing fine. I'm well rested. I had to work yesterday and I gotta work today, so I just decided, let me waste some time and go live until my ride comes. So, but like I said, do not quit. Do not quit. And you're gonna go through hard times and tribulations. I mean, you're gonna have bumps and roses. You're gonna go through meeting different people, and then you finding out, that the people, like I said before, wasn't supporting you. And then you're gonna have people that's not gonna support you, and then you're gonna have bumps and roses when it comes down to your life, your real life. But that's the whole point of doing what you're doing. Because when you go through those experiences, it helps you grow and it builds you up to build strength within yourself to be able to go on. And all of us have been through that. All of us has been through that. Nobody cannot say they have not been through that, because if you haven't been through that, that means you're not human at all. So all of us has been through that. But it's just the fact that we have dealt with different trials and tribulations in our life in different ways. It might not be in the way that it's supposed to be how y'all going through it, but it's in different ways, in different lengths of time. It can be during the time of the holiday seasons coming up, Thanksgiving. It can be times that it happens during Christmas. It could be times when it happens on Independence Day. It could be times that it could have happened at any time. But the fact is to know when you go through that you know that you cannot quit. You cannot quit. You can't. Because if you quit, how you gonna know what's behind the door? How do you know when your blessings are gonna come? How do you know what success that's gonna come from it? You gotta think about these things. You have to think about that before you quit anything. Think about that. Think about what can come from that. Like, think about it. Think about it. Yeah, it's good to quit because you be relief and you be like, oh, I don't have to deal with this crap no more. Oh, I don't have to do this. I don't have to do that. But the thing about that, at the moment, when you quit, you're going to be thinking in the back of your mind, like, damn, I might have quit this. I might have quit that. But dang, something could have been behind it. And it don't have to necessarily be money. It could be a blessing that you've been waiting for a long time. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about quitting something, you have to think about the stuff that could have came with whatever you're doing or whatever you was doing. And even though you may have made a mistake, but you still go on. You still go on. Regardless of anything, you still go on. Because even though you made that mistake, it doesn't mean that you have to quit. It means that you just made that mistake at that moment, and all you got to do is go over that hump. And then once you go over that hump, you continue going. Hey, James. And you just keep on going. That's it. And then when you keep on going, then that's when you can see what is behind that door. But if you sit there and quit, you're not going to see what's behind that door. All it's going to be at the moment that, oh my God, I quit. And then you got smoke coming down your face, and then you sitting there like, I'm like, why the heck I do that? And then you be sitting there looking stupid. And then you got to sit here and probably go out and get another job, then probably go out here and get unemployment, then go out here try to ask for money for somebody else, then you go out here and do this, then you go out here and do that, and then you go out here and do this, do that, whatever, and then you just looking so crazy like, this, who is going to help me, who is, and you don't know what to do, and you just looking stuck, and then you just be like, dang, I shouldn't have did that. That's why, even though I didn't feel like getting up going to work, but that's why you cannot quit anything. Don't quit your job. Don't quit paying bills. Don't quit doing anything. Now, you can quit paying bills if you did not have a job at the time. That's necessary. But just volunteering yourself to quit something because you made a mistake is not going to help you. It's just going to make you keep on quitting everything that you do. And when you keep on quitting on everything that you do, that's when you get the definition on your big old forehead that says, I'm a quitter. Now, as far as I'm concerned, I don't think anybody wants to have that definition on their forehead. Because as far as I'm concerned, me, I don't quit. I don't quit anything. I can sit here and have a whole bunch of bills piled the heck up, but I am not going to quit paying the bills unless I don't have a job. But if I have a job, I'm going to try my best and my ability to do what I need to do. But if I just straight up quit, that makes me a quitter. And I don't quit over here. I don't ever quit over here. My kids, they don't quit over here. They can tell you, I let them know all the time. Don't be sitting here saying I can't do something. Yes, you can. It's just the fact that you don't want to. There's no quitting. There's no quitting. Not in my community. There's no quitting. Because once you quit, that means you're going to be a quitter. And then you're going to have that on your forehead. Now, as far as I'm concerned, do you want that on your forehead or you don't? Because I know I don't. And I don't think nobody up in here wants to be a quitter. Because once you become a quitter, then it's like, wow. So there's no quitting. And just for the record, I wasn't going to make this a topic. I was just going to talk with people, just to see how everybody else is doing. But once one of my supporters had came in saying before that she wanted to quit YouTube, and I don't want to put her on blast, but she said she wanted to quit YouTube because her post, her page, whatever happened. I get that, and that can scare you. That can scare any of us. But the number one thing that you do not do is quit. Because once you quit, you are going to be labeled as a quitter. And nobody wants to have that label. Especially if you're trying to grow your channel and if you're trying to make your life better, you do not want to be walking around here quitting. Because once you quitter, you're going to become a quitter. And once you become a quitter, then you don't know what to do with yourself. And then you're going to be walking around here like, damn, really? Hmm. I shouldn't have did that. I should not have did that. And then you got to find different ways to figure out how to make things work. And that's why I have the thing that's called No Stress in November. Because you need to do things that's not going to stress you out. And once you quit your job and you don't have a backup plan, that's going to stress you out. That means you got to walk around here trying to look for another job. And then when you try to look for another job, it's going to at least be about 6 to 7 months for you to get a job. I should know because it happened to me, but I didn't quit my job. That's the difference. I didn't quit my job. But, like I said, that's the results when you quit. And you don't want to be no quitter. None of us needs to be quitters. None of us need to have a label of being a quitter. Point blank, period. Because that's not how you grow. You grow, you keep on pushing. You keep on pushing. That's growth. But if you quit, you didn't make no growth. You're going to be standing still. And I have been through a lot of trials and tribulations with my community, with the channel that I have. I've been through a lot of ups and downs. I've been, going through the whole thing of wondering who's supporting me, wondering who's not supporting me, wondering how I'm going to make my channel grow, wondering if my channel is going to be is going to be the best, not the best of anybody else's, but the best that I want it to be. I went through a lot of changes with my channel. I even had low confidence thinking that some of my stuff that I do is not good enough. But at the same time, I had to realize that the only way that everything is going to work out is if I keep on pushing, keep on going, keep on having content, keep on being me, keep on being authentic. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's what life was all about. It's all about making growth. It's all about you doing what you need to do. And most definitely, it's all about you not quitting. That's it. Not quitting. Because once you quit, you're going to make a label. And then once you get that label, then it's going to be like this on your forehead. Point blank, period. So, on that note, honeys, I am going to start heading to work. And my phone that I have is going to cut off on y'all. And I don't want to cut off on my peoples. But I enjoyed everybody that's been on this live with me, waiting for my ride. So now I'm about to head to work, my sweethearts. Y'all have a marvelous, marvelous evening. And I will see y'all either tomorrow or Monday. Pretty Heart Conqueror.